going to add a functionality to our program. I'll call it, let's say, add from panel. Let's say menu item. No. Okay. So basically, what it does is, let's say, Control X. Separator. So basically what this class does after clicking it is it makes this text field empty anytime you click on it. Maybe you have a data on it that you've not saved and you're not comfortable with the data, so it will clear it. So let's see. Change variables. Copy. Okay. Control C. Set texts. So copy and paste. Control V. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's see if I'm right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And by the way, you can change the variable name if you want to. So you just write something you're comfortable with working with. So I just love to work with the default name, that's the text field name. I love working with it like that and like this. So that's why I'm maintaining the name. I've not changed it, but from your own ends, if you feel you will not be comfortable working with the JText field thing, you can just change it to maybe name CA second, just give it the name you want to use. So let's run and see. So I feel it will be much more easier for us to set this one before programming our save button. let's see. Oh, okay. Wow, cool, perfect. Going to save the informations you entered here into our SQLite database. So we're going to be doing more of a copy and paste. But before we program it, I want you to come over here and write this code. Of course, it's going to prepare statement. PS is equal to null. Let's see, I'm going to import. Something is wrong. Okay, prepared statement. So come over here, result set rs is equal to null. So basically this one is to prepare our statement and this one is to set our result in the database. Result set, good. So then I think we are going to our previous code and we are going to copy and paste the insert code. Or before then, I'm coming. I think we should just do it ourselves so that you understand. Just come over here. This is try. Going to put it in the try and catch block. So exception catch. Exception B. Insert. Okay. String SQL is equal to imported commas. Insert into, what's the name of our table? Main interface. To main interface, right? Got this. Student ID, full name, first C, second C, third C. Second C, third C, exams, total, right? Let me check to be sure. Total average grade. Good. Columns we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Come over here. GST is equal to con dot prepare statement. Prepare state and we're going to pass in the object as SQL as parameter. Okay. PST. So you make sure the object here and the con and the object here PST is the same. Of course we are using the object, so I forgot. Here we're going to con dot perfect prepare statement state prepare statement okay. Supposed to be D here. Prepared statement. Okay, let's just continue work on that later on. Okay. String. Okay. So then we're going to basically I'm going to copy and paste here. So I'm going to copy this line of codes. Don't worry, just follow along. I will explain to you in order to save our time. Copy, then paste. So the prepare statement, that's the object of the prepared statement. We are using it here to set our string. Of course, just like I have told you, the prepare statement is to prepare our data that we are going to be sending to our database, and we're going to set it in, we're going to send it to our database. So this one is setting it as string, then it's the method get text is getting the information from our field. That's our field, the jtext field, and the variable is this one is getting it from here. This one is basically setting it as string. So let's see our field, the full name variable. What's the name? Our full name, the variable should be okay, jtext field 1, jtext field 2, jtext field 4. Okay, so here you come over 1 to 4, right? Jtext field 1, jtext field 2, jtext field 4. Okay, it's correct. Then let's see. So jtext field 5, jtext field 6, jtext field 7, jtext field 8, jtext field 9. Oh, that's perfect. So in case yours the variable is different, of course you just write down your variable when you're getting the text from. Then here basically you're executing this statement. Of course we are not done, so we'll go over here and then so you're going to type this line of codes there after the try. Okay, you catch the exception, right? Then then this line of code finally. Yes. Okay, I think it should start from here and ends here. Then finally you close the resource set and the PST. Exception. Okay. Oh, my bad. Sorry. That's let's fix this. Import the option pin. Show message dialog. Okay. Pray this works. Let's see. Let's try to run our code and see. If it doesn't, then we check for errors. So basically this one is an SQL command. The insert into mainframe is an SQL command. So the insert is inserting all the information into this table. And so this command is telling the system to, once you click on this button, you should insert these informations into this table. You get it here. This is that's this method, setting it to string and getting it then to insert it into this table. That's our table in our database. So for each page now, for each form, of course we have different forms. We are going to be creating table for them. So this is our application. Let's see if what we built, what we just designed, the button is really working. Oh wow, what we just built is working. Let's check if it's in our database. Okay, here is it. This okay. I think everything is working well. Everything is working well. So okay, I want us to add a piece of code so that anytime we click on the save, the datas in our text field will appear. So what you're going to do is just you come over here, copy this, and then you paste it here. Beautiful. this file and see. Okay, let's see. Okay. Oh, you see, this is what I'm talking about. So there's something I want us to do. Of course, instead of a text field here, we are going to use a combo box, because for us to update or delete, we have to fill this text field with datas, because we are going to edit after we've seen the datas. So in order to bring them, we are going to use a combo box. So going to our design section to add a combo box, this application. So we are going to delete this one. We'll bring in a combo box. Program 51. Okay, yeah. Okay. So now what you're going to do is you come here, events, pop-up menu will become invisible. Click on it. So we are going to copy and paste the lines of code we'll need here. So I will explain what the piece of code is going to do. First of all, we are going to of course the name in the database, the one we copy, is different from hours, so we are going to work on that. Come here. Yes, hours is full name, right? Then first CA, second CA, third CA, exams total score, or just total, average, and grade. Let's see to be sure. Full name, first C, second C, third C, exams, total, average, and grade. Total, average, and grade. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Here it should be 7, 8, and then 9. Right, yes, perfect. But to be sure, let's see. Okay, 9. Okay, so there's something I want you to do because we are going to be referencing our ID. So now, because we are not done, it's in this our application. The ID he's referencing when calling information is there. So come here, edit, and just leave it as 0. So you can change the size. Let me do like this. Say 14. Let's just leave it as that. The size. Okay, this is okay. So this one should be change variable name. Okay, Jlabel 11. So you come here, sort of for the ID. Here should be Jlabel 11. Perfect. For ID, so ours, instead of ID, here we have student ID, not ID. So here is student ID. Student ID. Okay. So from our table, this main interface, because we are calling it from this table. Where name is so this placeholder here, and then you're going to loop it. Of course, it's going to fill the Combobox with the informations. So and okay, here it's where it won't be name, it should be full name. Because it's the informations that are in the full name, like it's just the full name. The Combobox is going to bring out the list of students in the database based on their full names. So it's based on the name, it's just bringing out the name. So once you click on it, it will loop, and then it will get the string and set the text in. Okay, for instance, now in our database we have Salisu, right? Or let's say Salis Fubi in our database. So once it is once it fills the Combobox, it will bring out all the names. It will bring out this and this. You see the two names in our database. So once it brings it out, then if you click on the name you want, the information of the person will be filled in the following text. For instance, his full name, will be on JText field 1, his first CA will be on JText field 2, his second CA will be on JText field, as the case may be. Yeah. So basically that is what this line of code is going to do. It's going to get the string and then it will set it in the text field. So let's run and see if this works. So select all from main phrase where full name. Okay, everything is okay. So what I want you to do is come over here. Is this piece of code that you have to paste, like to get the information from the database. You have to connect the okay, of course you have to create the database connection where the Combobox will be referencing. So of course I'm going to copy and paste the piece of code. So here, Ctrl V, you click a method called field combo, then you open a try and catch block and put the whole code inside. So here basically what you're doing, you are selecting all from our table, then you are creating the database connection. Here you're doing the connection and setting the result. Then here it's you're creating a loop. Of course you are the J combo box, what basically the items in the J combo box, like form of, it's coming out in the form of array. So of course you are looping, more like it will, the information will come, so you have to loop through it. So the information you are okay, it's the full name now that you are trying to fill into the combo box. So here you are declaring you are creating an object name of the full name. Then the J combo box, this is the object of the J combo box. That's the variable name of the J combo box. This one. That's this variable name, J combo box one. That's the item of it. So here basically what you are doing, you are adding the item. That's, you are adding the full name. This item, it's the one you are going to collect from the database, and you add it to the J combo box. So basically what this one is doing, it's adding it's getting the information from the database and then adding it to the J combo box. Then what this piece of code is simply doing is, once it gets the full name, okay, of course, once you click it, okay, this one will fill the J combo box with just the name of the person. So but once you click on the name, it will make sure that all the informations of the person is filled into this text field, the various text field. So here you come and then you copy this, copy it, you paste, then okay. So now you declare the object of the method. So let's run it and see. Okay, it's working. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Now this is working. That's perfect. So you see, it fills the informations, all the informations here in this field. So okay, so from here you can, if you want to delete, just click on the name of the person, then to bring out all this information, then you click on the delete button or update button, as the case may be. So the next we are going to do now is we are going to program the this button, the update button. So if you want to update any information, then you click on this button after inputting the updated data, the data, after changing the data you want to update. Okay, actually, what I want you to do in this video, I've did it already. I've done mine already. So you come from the database you've created, just come right click, then you delete this table, then you create a new table. Okay, in the new table, be deliberate about this student ID. You should start with student ID. Then of course I taught you how to create this the table and how to create the table and the informations in the table, the row, column, and other things. So you start with the full name, first name, second CA, third CA, exams, total, average, and grade. But start with the student ID. So when you create the student ID, what you will do is, let's go over here, you click on the primary key and unique. Student ID, it should be integer, then primary key, and then unique. Then you click on OK. Then you create the other tables. So here I created the table, then I input. After creating this table, I didn't modify anything. Go back to structure. I do something wrong here. Okay, so sorry, trying to check if I maybe tamper with something. It's not supposed to show me this. Anyway, just see name student ID. Okay, so here so you create the table like this. Make sure it appears with student ID first, full name, first CA, second, and third. Then I put in this data. So let's come over here to our program. Yes, let's see how it looks like. Okay, it's looking good. Yes, it's looking good. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to program the the update button. So we'll be programming the update button. Of course, just like I have said, I have the code in the program we have created. So I'll just go copy and paste, then explain. So copy, compare, then paste. Okay, so I'm going to explain, but before we explain, I want you to go over here and then you see your text field. We have JText field 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then 8. Then 9. Actually, more reason why I didn't change the variable name, it's because the previous program is in JText field. So, and I know in this program I will be doing more of copy and paste. So that was why I didn't omit or change the variable's name. I just decided to work with it like this. So here, this is our JLabel. It should JLabel 11. Ours is 11. Let's check and see. JLabel, yeah, this one, JLabel 11. Okay, it should be 11. So you come here, you see in this SQL command, it says update mass set ID. So the name of our table is main interface, not mass, main interface. So set ID value, then the names of our, but let me explain before we change the, the way we name the rows in our table. So here in P, we are creating an object of P first, then we are opening a dialog box. So what the dialog box will do is, of course, it's going to come up with a question. Are you sure you want to update? So G update record, that's yes, no option. So if you click on yes, so of course this action is going to, the program is going to perform this action. Of course, first of all, you create a try and catch block, of course, for sake of exception. Then this string value1, which is equal to jtextfield1 to get text field, is getting the text in this field. You know, from our combo box, once you click on the combo box, what you are simply doing is, okay, for instance, let me give you an instance. Once the combo box, once you click on it, it has the names, that's the student names, and once you click on any of the name, it's going to fill this text field with information. So the text field already had it's assumed to contain an information. Then this get text method is getting the value, the value in this text field, right? So here it's saying you should update, it's an SQL command, update this table where the set ID, that's the student ID, in our own case is student ID, of course we're going to check it, student ID, name, first CA, third CA, and the rest, where the student ID is equal to value 10, that is equal to the information in this text field. So the student ID is assumed to be the unique thing of the student. So we can use, instead of student ID, you can use student name. But what of the case, what if there's a case, okay, of course there will be a case that you have the same name for different students. Let's say the name of the student is Pius J and the other student is Pius J. So you see it's not unique. So why we use this ID here is because it is unique, and the information of the person we want to update, like, okay, we want to update the information of that person. So it's not like we want to update the information of all the students. No, one student. So that's why we use this ID. So all this thing is, what this thing is doing is saying update this table where the value, where these values, of course set ID, these values, then and where the student ID is the one in the text field. That's, of course, let me show you this. Of course, here is where our ID is going to be appearing. So if the ID is 2, okay, it's the student that has the ID number 2. We are updating his value. We are updating his information. Then here our SQL command, the PST command, prepare statement, prepare statement, and then to execute. Then it's going to show us a message, record updated, or else it should throw an exception if there's any if anything is wrong, it should throw an exception. So here we are going to check the names in our row. So here student ID, full name, first CA, second CA, third CA, exams, total, average grade. So of course here it's supposed to be full name. First CA. So in the previous program, this is how I name the rows, like full name, first CA, but I use underscore in most of it. So in this case we are not using underscore. Here is third CA, exams. So here we use total, not total score, total, average. I think it should be grade, not ranking, right? Yeah, we use grade here, not ranking. ID, student ID, student ID. So here should be student ID too. Student ID. So here, of course, after, so 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then right. So record updated successfully, of course. So after this, all of course, now once you click on the button, if it saves successfully, after showing the message, is going to set our text fields to null. That is going to make it empty, ready to collect other data. So let's run it and see. So let me do it this way, because if you want to copy, you can copy it. And just pause, copy, write it down somewhere. Pause, write it down, and then you play. That's the piece of code. By the way, we are going to remove this box, this connection, this information that's showing us. So we are going to use this pin here. That's in our next tutorial. So let's see. Yeah, so let's update this guy's record. Let's see 90. So let's click on here. Then let's see update. Okay, record updated successfully. So let's see the record in our database. Let's see. And then we have, okay, this should be it. This should be it. Okay. So now we are going to, first of all, come to our database. So you just comment this out. Just comment it out. So next time if you run the program, it's not going to show you that database is connected successfully. It's going to run. So in case you have any question, of course, you can contact me via the comment section. So of course it didn't show us the database connected successfully. So of course in this our program, let's see here in the interface, we have student result recording system, then 0. So we are going to write this. So then record result recording system. Let's call here first. Write it, then we continue. Edit. Student result recording system. So let's go to properties. So here to add the size properties. Okay, it's too small, that was why I didn't notice it. Let's just come here and then okay, just so okay, so we're going to program our delete button. This is update, then delete. So I'm going to copy and paste, then explain. Sure you want to update. Okay, this is for update. Then okay. This is supposed to be delete. Yeah. Come here and paste. Okay. Of course, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Of course, if you are confused, you can just copy and paste instead of course. So you can, what you do is just, you can come here, copy this one, then paste, copy. You can just go up, copy it, and then paste it here. Of course, not to go through the stress. So here, instead of this one is update. Okay, here. So instead of are you sure you want to update, it should be are you sure you want to delete? Are you sure you want to delete? So delete record. Delete record. Yes, no. Then okay. Delete from main interface. The name of our table is main interface, where student ID, then you see placeholder. Of course, you will indicate this by clicking on the delete button, or like you are telling it to delete the record of a student. Then this placeholder, it's holding the information, or more like in telling the system this is the information we wants to delete. So here we are using our prepare statement, pst the connection, the object of the connection, prepare the statement, then pst dot set string, that's one. Then this should be Jtable, that's our ID, and we set this one to this text, and this one represents where our ID is. So to get the text of the, because of course here this is our, this represents our ID, this label, this 0. So label here, you get the text, then pst dot execute, because you are executing this statement. Then J option pin, show message dialog, record deleted. Okay, if it's successful, it will show you that record deleted. And finally, result set dot close, prefer statement dot close. And it's as very simple as that. So for those who want to copy, I think let me just do it in such a way that you copy. You can pause it, then you copy it, then you play it. This is what, let's see. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a record, update it, and then delete it. Okay. C8, C9, size this is 60. Okay. An error. What could be the problem? Okay. No, something is wrong somewhere. Error. Okay, let me see. Is there an error? Two, 4, 5, 6, right? 2, 4, 5, 6, 2, 4, 5, 6, 2, 4, 5, 6, 6. Let's run it again and see. If it throws an error, then we will see where the error is coming from. Let's just do this and see. Okay, it's okay. Well, why did it throw the error? It's kind of confused. Okay, let's see. Let's see, have 7, 8, 8, 50. Working perfectly. Then save. Oh yes, of course I have not done it in such a way that I will after clicking on the saving it will update the Combobox. So what I'll do is that I'll off and run it again. Of course, in our the next thing we're going to do, that's what we're going to do next. We'll continue. So here you see Alice pass. So let's update her record. Let's say 5, and let's say 60 here. 60. Click on it. Are you sure? Yes, updated successfully. Let's go off, then come back, and again. So. Let's see. Add this pass. Then delete record. Are you sure? Yes. Okay. No such table as men. Oh, my bad. So the delete we made a mistake. It should be men interface. Okay, it's the delete. Are you sure? Men interface. So let me see. Okay, on file. Okay, our record has been deleted successfully. So now what we're going to do next is we are going to be designing our table. Before we do that, I want you to come over to Google because we are going to download the jar file. So google.com. So you type free to XML, to XML download. Yes. So Java. Okay. So I don't even know which we should. Let's just come here and see. I already have it, so I'm just trying to show you how to download it and keep it safe, but I already have it on my system. xml.jar. Okay, I think you click on download, then you will just download it. And if you're not comfortable with this, you can still have enough options. So you can just choose any of them. So after downloading it, you're going to keep it somewhere that is accessible in your document or desktop, anywhere you can access. So you come here, right click here, properties, noise, at Java. My system is very slow. So I already have a list of Javas here. Just like I've told you, if it's in your desktop, you can come to desktop, my document, or anywhere you kept it, and you search for it. So So rs pqrs, yeah, this is the Java. So open. Good. Okay. So what you're going to do next is you come over here and click on form and you copy, then paste. So why I do this is I want to maintain, so here table. I want to maintain the size of the frame for my tables and then the form, so I want everything to be the same. So that is why I'm copying and pasting the so there's no cost for her now. What we're going to do, just come over here, so you click on the control button, click here, click here, click here, click here, click here. We're going to delete everything. Click here. Of course there are easier ways to do this thing. Just choose this. Just click on delete. So you can click on Ctrl Z to undo. So delete. Just click on Ctrl to mark all. Z and Control, 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 then right click, then delete. Control Z. here, click, then delete. Let's see, click here, and then delete, click here, delete, click here. There's Netbeans, we're going to bring it back, delete. Perfect. We're good to go. So you come here, let's see, table. Calibration. Let's put it to 14. Okay. Then let's check the property of the other table of our program and see properties 51, 51, foreground. Okay. Here we go. 51, 51. Let's see, let's go down. I think the grid color should be white. Okay, let's see. In order to be sure, I think you can just come over here and check. No border. I think everything is okay. Everything is okay. Yes, so here we're going to add a label. So edit search. Let me see something. Here's our form 1. Let's check how, because I want to 14 to 44, 40. text field. So I noticed there's an error here. So let's go and fix the error, because definitely it will throw an error because so many things are missing. So you can just come over here and delete this thing. We don't need this line of code, the entire code, we don't need it. So we'll cut first and see. Yeah, okay, correct, we don't need this line of code. This we don't need it too. We don't need this too. Don't need this too. So all the codes showing you an error, obviously we don't need them, and we are trying to reference a property that doesn't exist. For instance, we don't have a combo box because we've deleted the combo box. So anything that has to do with combo box we delete. Anything that has to do with text field I have deleted it because we don't have those things. So let's run the code and see. Of course, we're going to need this. That's because we are going to be connecting to our SQLite database. So we're going to need this code. We're going to need this too. Okay. I think everything is good here. So probably I will reduce the size. It's like it's over. Let's try to be bigger. So let's see if I can reduce the size. If I cannot, then I'll ignore. Which means it has aligned completely. No, ignore. Doesn't give me the look and feel that I want. Then let's just leave it. So now I'm going to copy this piece of code and paste. So the code that will make our so I'll explain, don't worry. So there are things we're going to do actually. So we are going to be declaring our default table model. Come over here. Let's copy this one. Default. Copy. So let's see if of course I've copied it well. Control V. That's default table model. Now this one is a method. We're going to declare it here. We're going to copy, paste. So basically we created a method. The method is going to help us display as the content of our table that's in our SQLite database to the table. So this is an SQL, this is a string SQL, then an SQL command. So we're going to select all from, not economy. Now we are going to use our table. Name of our table is main interface. Right, then order by average description is an SQL command. Then with our prepare statement, then the connection property dot prepare statement, you pass SQL as a parameter. This one, string SQL, the SQL, that's this object, you're passing it as a parameter. Then you are executing query. Then Jtable dot one, that's this table, that's our Jtable. That's let's see, change variable name, of course our Jtable. Then Jtable dot one, set model. So you are setting that's the table, the content of the table in the database. And this db utils result set to table model rs, then show message, then the finally block. So let's run our lines of code and see if it works. So this one now, this one is descending. Okay, it could be ASC or DESC, as the case may be. So this one is in a descending order. Then that's by average. So wow, it works. So as you can see, this is our average, right? Then descending 30, 29, 27 continuously. So this is our table. Yeah, that's fine. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to the filter. So we are going to filter rows. Now I'll explain. Let it open first, then I'm going to explain. So of course you can just select all from main interface, order by total in descending order. So if you want the total to be in a descending order, you can just use total here, of course. So what I mean, we're going to filter, do search in between rows. So if I come here, maybe I want to search for a student called Ali, I'll just come here and then write Ali, then just Ali will show. So this is what we are going to be programming. But of course you can just program it to be in such a way that the total will be in ascending order or the grade will be in ascending order. Anyhow you want to be, just you can come here. Instead of order by average, you can order by total. You can order by you can order instead just order by total or FESI or anything, any row you want to order by. So what we are going to do, of course, I'm going to copy the piece of code just like I've said, paste it. So private void filter. So this is the method. It's going to filter yes, no filter. Okay. We need it here. No, we don't need it. Don't worry. We're going to put it in its right place. So this one is the code private void filter. Of course, this is the code that's going to sort our data. So private, then you once you click on private void, you type in private void filter, then you pass the string query as a parameter. So table row sorter is going to sort our rows. Default table model tr, because a new table, and you just declared it. Then you use the and the that's the default table model instance of the default table model. Then Jtable one dot set row sorter. So you pass in the object of the row sorter, the instance of the row sorter. So tr dot set row filter dot regex filter dot query. Okay. So basically, this lines of code is going to help us to filter in our the to sort is going to help us sort. That's just like I've explained earlier. Once you whatever you are searching, you type it in here. It's going to help us. So here you come, event, right, action, okay, key, then key released. So key released. So I'm going to copy and paste again in here to so string query the jtext field dot get text. That's the text you are going to type in the text field. Then it's going to filter it. Then of course the query. And then the object of the object we create, you pass it in to the object of the method. So let's run it and see. See. Okay. I think there's an error somewhere. So now what you're going to do is, okay, for it to work, I think you come over here, copy this. I'm going to come copy this piece code, copy, now paste it here. Okay, so this DM, that's default table model, is got to Jtable.get model. So actually what this one is doing, it's getting the model, that's the database, the objects in the database, and then it is setting everything in the Jtable. So then okay, I want you to change the look and feel of this once you come here, because you will see something like look and feel. Then you click on it, it's optional. So instead of name box, I'm going to change it to Windows. That's good. So let's see. Okay, it's not working. It's not working. So our code is now ready. So next we are going to be exporting the information to. Okay, let's see. Let's collapse this code. So we are going to be exporting the information in our table to Excel, right? So of course, as I said, we are basically going to be copying and pasting. So you come over here. That's my I'll write to Excel. So this one is basically writing to Excel. So I'm going to explain. So copy. Okay, I think I'll copy it from here. Right, I'll just copy it from here. So click OK. Okay, first of all, click. Okay, let me explain first. Then, so private string gets cell value in x and in y. Of course, it's just like a graph where you have x and y. So basically, the whole system is looking at it from the x and y axis. So here we are getting the cell value at x and y. So the default table, it's going to return the default table and get the value at x and y, then convert it to string. So this write to Excel is writing to it to Excel. This workbook here is more like you have a book and a sheet. So you know you have like 5, 6, 7 sheets makes up a book. So sheets, plenty sheets is equal to a book. So here we are defining the workbook and the sheets. So this tree map, it's basically the tree map has a relationship with the workbook. So the data dot put its cost minus l new object default dot get the column name. That's getting the column name. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because we have 8 columns. So it's getting the column names of 8 columns. Of course, if you have 7 or 8 columns and you want to get just you want to export just 5 columns, so you indicate by 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns. So here data dot put integer dot to string new object, you are getting the cell value at I and 0. Of course, I should be like the I and then this 0, then I 1, I 2 continuously. So the object I here, so you put the I here, it's getting, that's the value we are getting it. So HSSF row you declare, then int row ID is equal to 0. Then for string here you are looping through it, then you loop through it through the data you are going to be exporting. Then here basically you are writing it the path with which you are going to write. So now I'm going to change it to YouTube. and form. So once it's exported, it's going to name it this. You're going to, in this, because you're going to create a folder in your D drive called YouTube. So it's going to send the Excel value or the CSV file to this folder called YouTube in drive D. So this one is just the output stream. This is the part where it's going to send the whole thing to. So here we come right to Excel, copy, so we're going to create a class, right? Okay, so we're going to create another class. That's for the sheet. So what I want you to do now, because we have to include the jar file for writing to Excel, so I want you to go to poi.apache.org. poi.apache.org. Of course, I've shown you how to download the jar file. So poi.apache.org. So once you go there, you download the poi folder. So let me show you how the folder looks like. This is it, poi. Of course, it will come in a zip. Let's just open it, and it will come like this. See it in, so you extract it from this zip folder, and it will be like this. So then you save it in somewhere that you can have access to it. So when you come here, you include it, right click, properties, libraries, add jar file. Okay, I think I'm going to come over here. Okay, what I'll do is I'm going to keep it in my document because it's not okay. Computer F. Poi. So click on control, yes, and then open. Then you come over here one more, you go to XML, then this one, open, and okay. So I think we're good to go now. should be all right. Still loading. Wow. So let me explain it once more. So this private string get cell value, this method simply getting the data from the Jtable. So once you get it from the Jtable, then this write to Excel is writing to Excel. So first of all, we are creating the workbook, create the object or instance of the workbook. Then we create the workbook, create the instance of the sheet, then we create the sheet, of course the sheet, the Excel sheet in the workbook. Then this line of code loads the data to a trimmer, so we are loading it in the trimmer. Then this data dot put, it puts the columns in the trimmer. Then this one, it puts the cell value. Of course a column has many cells, so this cell is attached um, to its respective columns. So this one now, this dm dot, first of all you give it an id. This is the id I1, then the id, and then the cell value. So here you write to the sheet, of course you use the key set method to write to it. Then row id, you are creating an id, then you are looping, of course that's it, various cells. So then you write to file, then of course in writing it to file you are creating a try and catch block when writing it to file. So now of course you're using the file output string because it's sending it to the file on your system. This is not supposed to be showing Apache. Trying to figure out what is, was checking for the errors and correcting it. Okay, reference. Okay, I think we're good. create sheet workbook. So the errors, basically what is giving us the errors is because we created many class from here. So the only class you have to create is workbook and sheet, and then excel.gui. So the rest you're going to be importing the packages. So I think we're done with our line of codes. So I want you to have in mind that we created a book, then a sheet, then we added then we get the data from Jtable, then we added it to a tree map as the column, and then the row, adding it to the row, then we get the data based on the key here, then we route it to file. That's we write to sheet first, then get the data based on the key, their keys or ID, then we route to file. We loop through the cells because we have so many cells value. So of course you have many cells mixed up in a row. You have many cells value. So let's, of course, we said we are sending. Once you click on the export to Excel button, it goes here to D, to drive D. Then it will have a folder called YouTube, and it will send main.excel. So let's create the folder in drive D. Come over here. This is F and D. New folder. Let's see, what's the name? YouTube. Okay, YouTube starts with capital letter. So come here. Right click. And YouTube. Come here. Okay, let's so instead of transcript here, I think we should rename it to no, let's see how the main program, how it looks like where we're copying from. Okay, subject page export to Excel. Subject page export to Excel. Export to Excel. So let's click on export to Excel. I think we'll just call the method. That's all. That will be the only thing we'll be doing. So come here, back to Excel, copy and paste. I'm not sure. Okay, this just to be sure. see if it works. Export Excel. It's supposed to display message, but let's see if it works, then we'll fix that. Okay, yeah, it works. I think we'll fix that so that it will show us that data is exported successfully. This is our Excel file. Yeah, works. Yes. So I want, after clicking here on the subject page, we'll go back to our main form, right? So you come, the name of our form 1, yeah, form 1 f equal to new dot set vc true, and this dot dispose this dot this pose and then you go down where we wrote to okay, just come here, Excel, right, okay, yeah. It's a method, then G option pin dot fix it, show message dialog. Show message dialog. No. Data exported to Excel successfully. Exported to Excel. Okay, G pin dot show message dialog. Show message. Show message dialog. Show message dialog. Oh, it's fine. So here we go again. Yeah, export to Excel, data exported successful, fine. Subject page, oh, very good, very good. So here let's see in this application. So our record will take us back to where we came from. So here we go. I think I'll just copy this first. Copy, then we go here. State codes refers to the really? I don't think so. But then I think we change this to Utable table. Table. It's fine. So let's see how it goes. Okay. Oh, that's fine. Subject page record. And then, so what the this dispose does is once you click here, it disposes the first form and then brings out this form. So you barely know what happens. So I want to get rid of this frame and then bring in this one. We are going to let's come on. So we are going to these subjects that we created, we are going to create a table, form, and then table in the database, then the form, and then the table interface, and then for chemistry, physics, biology, and computer. But I'm just going to create one or two. I'll just show you how to do one or two, then you go and do the rest yourself. So now let's start with mathematics. First of all, you come to your database, then you click on tables, create table. Let's name it mathematics. Right, mathematics. So it should have the same properties with the main interface. Don't forget about that. Then you come here. First is full name. Okay, I think let me reference it from here to make it easier for me. Let me reference it from here. Okay. Because I don't want to miss it. I have my reasons. Okay, full name, first CE. Full name. Okay, no. I think we made a mistake. We started with student's ID. Student ID. Should integer. Primary key. Unique. And then okay. Full name. Full name. Vaka. Then first CE. Let's see how they spelled it. Okay, first CE. Integer. second CA. .ca. Then total, let's see, total average grade. And then grade. First full name, first CA, second CA, third CA, total average grade. Let's see, full name, first CA, second, good. So, we're done. First CA, second, third, average. Okay. Table created, called mathematics. So you can come over here and then you create the same thing for chemistry, physics, biology, computer. So yes, maybe. So I think I'll just create for mathematics. So it's just the same information: the student ID, full name, first CA, second CA, third CA, and then exams. So you come here, click on form 1, then you copy, and then you paste it. Then you name it, let's see, maths, right? Then we factor. Then you come over here, right? So instead of main face, the name of the new table you've created, and of course you're creating it for mathematics, you write mathematics, right? And then you go down, here, mathematics. Go down again. Here again, mathematics. Mathematics. I'm doing it one after the other like this because I want you to understand what I am doing. So okay, another thing I want you to do, in fact you can do it to the other application, is to come to the other interface. Come here, on this fill combo. Copy. Then you come here, right? Okay, it should be at the clip here. Still in line. Control V. Fill combo. So let's run it and see. What's wrong? Okay. Sorry, I made a mistake. I changed my own to the look and feel to Windows instead of Namebox. So let me fix it. But of course, you don't have to do what I'm going to do because I'm sure yours is not in Windows. It's just the database that I told you to change to this one. Changing it to Namebox. So let's see student name. Let's see Sarah. Let's see 4 8 8 8 and let's see. Made a mistake somewhere. So let's come over here and see the mistake we made. Let's check our database. Oh yeah, my bad. I think you come, sorry, we forgot exams. Back okay. Then we shift it. It's before total. Yes, see it here. Okay. Keep it here. Let's see exams then. Okay, good. So we're going to run the code again. Let's see what's wrong. Actually, we're still trying to see where the error is coming from. So I think it's coming from, should be from here, right? Instead of exam, it's exams. And then click OK. And then OK. Because you can always save. You can refresh, you can save. So let's see. Let's run line of code. Let's see. Okay, that's saved successfully. I think. Let's come over here. Of course, we've done that already. Don't worry. Can't see mine. Probably I deleted it by mistake. Let's see if it works. I want to update the Combobox automatically, because after it fills, after we've saved our information, we want to see the full name, the Combobox. So save successfully. Let's see if it works. Correct. I think it works. Why is it showing up? Okay, just delete one. Fit. Oh, that's not a record, though. We're going to work on it. Okay, so what you're going to do now next is you're going to come over here. So the name Jtable. You go to the form 1, and then you double click on here, right? I think you just copy and paste. You can just call the maths. You're going to call this interface. So we've done that already. Of course, click copy here. Copy. Right. Okay, let's come over here again. Control B. So maths. To maths. Should be good. Question. Okay. So in 5. Let's see. Oh, my bad. Look and feel. Come and change the look and feel instead of Windows to main box. always change it to members. I think I will advise you not to touch the look and feel. You should leave the look and feel the way it is. Just leave it to default, including that of the database. So just leave it to default. Subjects, mathematics. Yeah, I think it's working. It's working. So in this are mathematics. Now what we are going to do, right? The next thing we are going to do is we are going to here, of course, you can delete all, though I'm going to show you how to delete it. Let's do it right away, because we don't need it. It's in the main form that we need all this. So here we're going to delete it. We need all this. We don't need this. And of course, in your own program, you can make it to be in such a way that anywhere you are, you can navigate to the other, maybe from the chemistry, or let's say from the mathematics interface. From here you can go to the chemistry and the rest, but mine is not like that. I just decide not maybe from here the only place you can go to, besides, okay, yes, you can generate your transcript. Then after generating the transcript, then you go to your record, and that's here to see your record. And from the record you can go back to the main page. So here, instead of clear, or we're going to add one, I think we're going to add from panel, menu item, right? No, okay. So you're going to edit it to the main form. Let's say here it will be Control R. Let's say Control R. Okay. Let me edit it form. That's good. So I think here you double click. So we're going to, okay, now from here, okay, I think you should just, yes, okay, yeah, and delete this one, that's all, to take you. Then form 1, here should be form 1. Form 1, right? New form 1. This one, let's see. Okay, so let's add a separator to make it look beautiful, Okay, so the next thing you're going to do, you come over here and copy the table. And paste. Then name it math table. Factor. So instead of select all from main interface, it will be select all from mathematics. Yeah, it's working. So of course, instead of main subject, we're going to fix this. Instead of let's come to form, you copy the method we used to call the maths table. So we're going to copy it. Going to copy, and then okay, first of all, you come here, right? So place it. Not putting anything, sir. Let's see if it works. So you can come change the look of you. I'm going to leave it to members. I told you, in case you've changed yours, you can go back and change it to members. Just leave it to members. But then I think I'm going to do something here. Instead of subject page, I'm going to edit to mathematics. Mathematics. Just leave it like that. So you come to the mathematics, and then you come here to your record. So instead of it will be maths table, maths table. Maths table. Good, maths. So let's see. So mathematics record, back to mathematics. But of course, in your own record, you can just from file, then you put main page. So from here, you will not have to go to the mathematics. You will just go to the main form. So thank you very much. I think you can do this on your own. Of course, you can add the subjects and everything. You can do it on your own. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel.